Alright, this is Andrew Jolly with Jodo Home Inspections. We're here today at 8731 Helen Drive in Magna doing a sewer scope. We've got the camera pushed all the way out to what looks like the main line. This is the city connection that you're seeing on the screen. If you look close, sometimes you'll see some water running from the neighboring houses. We're going to pull back now and see what we find. So this first little section of pipe, that's called the nose on, where it connects to the city line. That looks good. You have a good slope on that. So this is clay pipe. Clay pipe has 3-foot sections. This is likely original pipe. One of the downsides of it is that the little sections will settle. And if you look here on the screen, you can get little offsets like that, or sometimes they separate. As solids come down the line, they can get caught on those offsets and cause it to back up. Very common though. One thing I'm looking for is to see if you have any standing water. Standing water would be a bad sign because that would mean that you don't have proper grade. But so far this is looking really good. I ran water as I pushed it out. Kind of helps me push my camera head out. This is still looking like clay line. You can tell by the red. That's a root coming through that joint. Not a very big one, but definitely something that could get bigger, which could lead to a backup. That's a clean out right there. And so somewhere in the yard there's an access point. So far, a pretty good looking line. Another little bit of an offset, but not too bad. A couple more small roots. Definitely far from the worst roots that I've seen. Alright, we just transitioned into some cast iron, it looks like. I'm curious if this cast iron might have been cleaned, because it looks pretty smooth. A lot of times cast iron is a lot rougher than this. One of the downsides of cast is that you'll get this rust that builds up inside the lines, and it gets so rough that it'll catch toilet paper and things as you flush it down. You want to avoid using flush-in wet wipes or feminine products. You don't want to put anything like that down the line. Even the wipes that say they're flushable, you want to avoid. See, this is a little bit more rough. That's kind of what happens over time. So I accessed this today through the clean out in the basement. They've tied a washing machine line into it, which is not ideal because it makes it harder to access. Just to recap, you have cast iron and some clay. It all looked pretty decent. I didn't see any standing water. You had some offsets in the clay lines that could potentially allow things to get caught and cause a backup, but really at this point I don't know that I would necessarily do anything about the small offsets that I did find. Some minor roots, maybe not something to get cleaned now, but something to watch in the future, and something you might need to get cleaned every couple of years, but right now I think they look okay. So I'm going to end this recording now.